don't know what this is doing. Dang, come on, man. The hate is real. Two. Let me do that real quick. Boom. There's no weapon formed against me. It's just going to prosper. I'm trying to stop my flow. It's not going to work. Great day. Coach Kevin Gibbs with For Greatness Academy. We're getting started, y'all. Had some technical difficulties, but it ain't even difficult. You know what I mean? It's a learning lesson about everything. Trying to go live on IG. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. But today we're talking about being a D D1 shooting guard, right? Go check out that video on being the videos about on D1 point guard, especially if you're in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, right? We breaking it down for you so that you can understand what it's all about, right? My job, my goal, my name is Coach Kevin Gibbs, right? I'm with For Greatness Academy, the #1 basketball academy in Raleigh, North Carolina. And my job is to help you become recruitable. Before you get recruited, right? We done that. We got over 300 basketball players worldwide, all across the globe, every shape, form, fashion, because greatness comes in all shape, forms, and fashions. So that y'all know, right? And it's in the Bible. It's in 1 John 4:4. It says, greater is he that's in you, greater is he that's in me, than it's in the world. So greatness is in you, right? So you don't got to hate on someone else's greatness. It's just we want to help you focus on your own greatness and cultivate your greatness because it's in you. Each person got their own greatness and it comes in all shape, forms, and fashions, right? So bang. So we already proven that methodology, right? That resulted in about $250 million for families, not for us, for families, right? And so when you become recruitable, you become coachable, you become employable, and you could become valuable. That's the whole thing about you becoming valuable and taking what you got and making the most out of it, right? And so that's what we teach you to do. No matter where you at, we teach you how to do that, how to become great, right? And so today we're talking about being that D1 shooting guard. What's the standard? Your job is just not to score, it's to change the game. If you want to be a D1 shooting guard, this is the exact checklist that college coaches recruit for. No shortcuts, no excuses, right? So I'm giving you the game. I could give you the game, but you still got to put it in the work, right? I know a lot of people ain't gonna put it in the work. That's why only 3% of athletes make it. So this message gets a little bit condensed as time goes on because the reality starts to set in that that's the facts. That's the numbers, right? So it starts now. That's why I'm going to teach you how to become recruitable. But you got to stay tuned. I'm not going to give you everything at once. I give you a little daily bread. You got to come back, right? Go to the IG at Ivy Greatness Academy, right? YouTube, IG, Coach Kevin Gibbs, right? We got a lot of different places that you could just look us up. Google, just all around. All right. The #1 way is text 984-409-9021 if you're interested in getting started. All right. Or finding out how you could get started. So your primary job as a D1 shooting guard, right, is to be an elite shot maker. You got to be in the gym consistently, putting up thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of shots, all different ways, all different shape, forms, and fashions. Can't answer that right now, right? And so your primary job is elite shot making. D1 shooting guards stretch the floor, open up the floor for the offense, right? They punish the defense's coverage. That's IQ. And they stay ready to shoot at all time. They're always a danger on the court. You want to be a threat, triple threat. You want to be a triple threat, right? Your shooting ability is the foundation of everything else. You're a scorer, right? You must have, if you want to be a D1 shooting guard, you must have, notice on here, I'm not going to put height and weight and all of that chat GPT stuff so much. Like, you feel me? Because that don't matter. If you a real baller, some things do give you advantages and disadvantages, but look at AI. Look at Kerry. Look at Kyrie. I know these dudes is elite, but we could go on and on. Muggsy, Spud Webb, There's a lot of different people. I don't want to just start naming people for no reason, like, because I don't like, I'm just giving you examples. But height, you can't do nothing about your height. You can do something about your strength, right? So you should be working out. You got to be strong. You got to be conditioned, mentally tough. All that kind of stuff is very important. But I'm just talking on a strict basis of, I know there's a typical height and all that, but at the end of the day, if you could ball, you could be a playmaker, we're going to teach you how to be D1 no matter what height you at. All right. So you must have a consistent catch and shoot 3-point, right? With quick, compact, and repeatable release. That means you've been in the gym putting in the thousands of reps, right? It's like mechanic, bang, 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 bang. All right. You have to got range that forces defenders to guard you high in the perimeter, stretching the floor, stretching the defense. You got to guard Curry at half court. That's a big disadvantage for any defensive strategy, right? Shot readiness, right? Your feet set before the pass arrives. You're always ready to shoot at all times, or score, or drive, or make a play. You're a triple threat. And you have the ability to hit shots off the movement, flare screens, pin downs, right? You can move without the ball, right? You can't always have the ball in your hand. You can move without the ball, which you're hurting the defense once again in another way to slice up this pie. And you got the confidence. Very important. You got the confidence. You might have the skills, but if you don't got the confidence to even take and to make big shots in pressure moments, that's very important if you want to be a D1 shooting guard, right? If you can't shoot, you can't play 2 guard at the next level, period, right? Not at the next level. At this level, you might be high school, all that. You might be a mad athletic, super athletic, and you got your shots broke. So in college, they're gonna close all that up, and they're gonna force you. So shooting is a high valuable skill. Just like in life, there's all different types of skills, right? Athleticism is it can be, but it's not number one at all, right? Because you can always find someone bigger that could jump higher and stronger. But skill, putting that ball in the basket, no matter what size you are, making plays for others is vital. Every college is looking for something like that. You got to be not just a shooter. You have to be a 3-level scorer. Say it with me, a 3-level scorer, not just a shooter, right? If you want to be a D1 shooting guard, right? A D1 shooting guard is a problem at all 3 levels. College coaches recruit scorers, not spot up statues. They can find anyone that can sit there and shoot the ball. They need scorers, 3 levels, right? You have to be a perimeter threat. You got to have deep range from 3-pointer, right? That forces the defense to collapse. You have to have a mid-range game, smooth pull-ups, 1 dribble, 2 dribble counters to keep defenders honest. You got to be able to score no less than 3 dribbles and be lethal, right? Shout out to my man, Lethal Shooter. Holla at me, Lethal Shooter. Holla at me. Let's do something. I want to learn how to shoot. Holla at me for greatness, Coach Kevin. And you got to finish at the rim, right? Floaters. You got to have soft touches, right? Go off the backboard. You got to have a lot of touch and the ability to attack closeouts under control, right? When someone, be like Floyd on the court. Be a counter, right? I got the ability to hit the 3. You come out too far. I go past you, hit the mid-range, get to the basket, hit you with a floater, make a play for someone else. I'm a triple threat, right? You need the ability to create your own shot late in the clock when the offense breaks down. That versatility separates college players from high school stars, right? This is if you want to be a D1 shooting guard. High school, things could work that's not really going to work because the competition is not really that high all the time. So you thinking that, oh, it's working here, but it's not going to work at the next level. You have to polish that up. That's why you got to be coachable, right? And your superpower is off-ball movement, not on-ball movement, but it's off-ball movement. That's what makes Curry so lethal. Just as he's impactful on-ball, off-ball. That's what makes him the greatest shooter. Like, you know what I mean? Not just a great shooter, the greatest, right? And so shooting guards don't just stand around waiting. They hunt space with purpose and attention, right? They use your screen usage. You have to master curl, fades, rejects, and backdoor cuts. Read the defense and react. Number 2 is constant relocation. Move after every pass, right? Turn down screens and slip when defenders lose focus, right? And number 3 is create without the ball. You have to generate scoring opportunities through smart movement and not just dribbling, right? If the offense stalls when you aren't dribbling, you're not a D1 shooting guard yet, right? Perimeter defense. This is what makes or break Jimenez. This is going to, you can have all the offense in the world, but if you can't play D, right, it's okay. You score 20, other person score 20. It's even. You got to be able to lock down if you want to be a difference maker. You want to be a D1 point, because at that level, everyone is going to be able to score 20, 30, 40 points on you easily. They done it their whole career, right? So it's nothing to do that. So you got to be able to lock up as well, right? Got to be able to guard your yard. Take pride. If you don't take pride in it, you're going to get cooked. You ain't going to make it. You will not see the floor in college if you can't defend. You're not going to see the floor. You're going to be tired. I'm going to transfer. You got to play D. You got to lock up. You got to compete. Stop being all acting like you all cocky, like you all nice. You got to be a dog. You got to be able to compete every single day. You understand that? It's not a game. Period. Your offensive skills open the door, but your defense keeps you on the floor. A D1 defensive expectations, right? Guard the other team's big wing scorer every night. Every night you got to guard the other team's best scorer. You got to fight over every screen with urgency and physicality. You got to contest shots without fouling. Be smart, disciplined on defense. You got to slide, sprint, and recover with relentless effort. You have to win your matchup consistently, not occasionally. Your defense is your ticket. Your scoring is your upgrade. All right? Defense is your ticket. Scoring is an upgrade. That's extra. Anyone can score. The complete D1 shooting guard package. Number 1 is rebounding from the wing, right? Additional to all that, you got to be able to rebound from the wing, crash from the weak side, pursue long rebounds, and stay and start transition. D1 coaches love guards who can rebound like forwards. Number 2 is secondary playmaking. Make simple reads off the catch, attack closeouts with vision, and keep the ball moving. You don't need to be the point guard, but you must run the offense when needed. And number 3 is basketball IQ and spacing. You got to understand where to space on drives, when to cut, and how to punish the defense of rotations. Smart guards are more valuable than talented guards. Smart guards are more valuable than talented guards. These are the difference makers that separates good high school players from D1 recruits. 1 extra rebound equals 1 extra possession. Coaches notice everything. 1 extra rebound is 1 extra possession. Now, if you're getting 3, 4, 5 extra possessions every game, come on. Look how valuable you are. That's not even by shooting the ball. Now, if you get that extra possession, you can easily go up and turn those into scoring opportunities. Get steals, get out on the open court, get scoring opportunities. There's a lot of ways that you could score, but it's about impacting the game, impacting winning, impacting everyone. It's not just about you. When you understand that, then you're going to start being on your way to be a D1 shooting guard. Then you have to have toughness and competitiveness, because like you said, you got to guard every night, right? In North Carolina, guards are expected to be dogs, some of the best talent in the world here. We got some of the top colleges here, right? Just in 20 minutes of where I live at, I got Duke, Carolina, and NC State right there. I'm not even talking about going out in an hour, UNCG, A&T, Wake Forest. There's 36 D1s here, right? Then in D2, you got, we ain't talking about D2, but we talking about D1 right now, right? You got 36 D1s. Right now, we're talking straight D1 right now. We got to get that NIL. You understand that? That's going to change your life. We got to think bigger. Right now is a different time. You got to capitalize before things change. Things is going to change. So that's why it's very important that you take this serious right now. Can't be expecting tomorrow. Got to go hard today, all right? In North Carolina, guards are expected to be dogs. Every shooting guard who makes it to D1 has a competitive edge that you can feel the moment that they step on the court. That's physicality and mental toughness, right? You got to battle through contact and adversity. You have to have the willingness to take challenges, right? And guard the opponent's best players. We just talked about that. And you got to have that bounce back mentality, right? After misses, have a short memory and have a long effort. Short memory, but long effort. And you have to have the relentless passion in the big moments in the championship level plays, diving on the floor, taking charges, getting an extra rebound, boxing out, doing whatever it takes to win, right? Whatever it takes to win. Your body language and your consistency. This is what coaches evaluate this first, right? Every possession tells a story about who you are as a player. D1 coaches watch how you respond to adversity when before they ever take a look at your stats, right? Before they ever take a look, you see your film, they could look at the film, they could see your body language. So the totality of your whole well-being and self is very important. You can have the skill, but maybe your swagger, you need to change your swagger up. It's not good. You might be good for you and your little small little circle, but it's not good for the whole bigger circle, the whole conglomerate. Right? That's what we thinking. We thinking conglomerate. We're not thinking small mind. We thinking big. We thinking with love. We leading with love. You know what I mean? So you have to love this game. You got to have passion. You got to be thankful that you could play this game. All right? And you got to bring that type of energy. Don't nobody want a negative person in their organization. All right? And so you got to have professional reactions. How you handle mistakes reveals maturity. No hanging your head, no pointing fingers, just move to the next play, right? You got to have poise under pressure. In late game situations, expose character. Stay calm, stay confident, and execute when it matters the most. You have to have energy in the huddles. Your presence lifts the teams or can tear it down, right? You have to stay engaged, vocal, and locked in during timeouts and bench moments, right? And you have to have a consistent impact. Have the same effort, the same attitude, the same excellence every practice, every game, and every possession. If coaches can trust you emotionally, they can trust you athletically, right? That's emotional intelligence. The standard for North Carolina D1 shooting guards. A real D1 caliber shooting guard brings it all together. This isn't just about being good at one thing. It's about being elite at everything that matters. It's not just about being good at one thing. This is about being elite at everything that matters. It all matters. You matter. I matter. The game matters. Life matters. Everything matters. And it's serious. And you're supposed to have fun being serious. A shot maker who stretches the floor and delivers in clutch moments. That's what you got to be, right? You have to be a 3-level scorer who creates offense when the play breaks down. That's what you got to be. You have to be a lockdown defender who guards the opponent's best player every night. Is that you? If it's not, it needs to be you. A competitor. You need to be a competitor with toughness, IQ, and the will to win. If there's a will, like my grandmother used to say, if there's a will, there's a way. We don't want to hear excuses, right? Make a way. All right. If that's not you, you need to become that, right? And are you a leader whose body language and consistency inspire and trust? Are you all about yourself? I know it's a lot of people saying you gotta do yourself, you gotta do yourself, you gotta so. But when you think bigger, right, you're already taking care of yourself. When you learn how to take care of yourself, then you should, boom, now you're helping others, right? That's what makes you more valuable, not less valuable. This is the bar. This is the blueprint. This is the standard, right? For shooting guards who want that Division I basketball scholarship in North Carolina, holler at us for greatness. We could definitely help you get there, no matter where you at, but especially in North Carolina, because we want to help where we at. We want to impact where we at. We shouldn't have to go there. We do, and we will, and we're going to do it, and we're going to keep doing that. But we want to make an impact right where we at. We want to see the faces. We want to experience the real love. Real love, real people. All right? That's what we like. We like that methodology. So we're going to stand on that. All right? D1 basketball. If you want to be that D1 basketball in North Carolina, Don't matter. You in this. It starts early. Whatever grade you in, and you got that, you want to take that path, right? We got certain athletes on the path. We got certain people that completed the path. We did it over 300 times. So I want to teach you to become recruitable. Recruitable. And that's the acronym, and I'm going to break that down, but you got to stay tuned. Stay tuned, right, to Ivy Greatness Academy, Coach Kevin Gibbs. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, right? If you in person, right, and you want to come in for a trial session, right now, I could offer for the next 5 people, I could offer a free trial session for you to come in person, a free trial session where you could come in person. I could evaluate you, right? This is for 9th and 10th graders, 8th, 9th, and 10th graders, right? Right now. I can evaluate you and help you develop a roadmap for success to help you become a D1 basketball player, all right? There are no shortcuts. There's no excuses. The work you put in today determines the player you become tomorrow. Now go earn it. If you want to start earning that and you want to start learning that, then text 984-409-9021. I'm Coach Kevin Gibbs with A Greatness Academy, the #1 basketball academy in Raleigh, North Carolina. If you in person, text that number. Hopefully, and then if not, just like, share, and subscribe. Help us reach our goal, right? Help us reach our goal. And we thank you.